Hey guys, today we're doing a video on Phil Hawes. Now, we're going to look into him, we're going to see how he wins, what he's on, like current streaks, and we're going to go through it. So we've got Topology open here. It's my source that I like to use. There's obviously other sources. I think Bulldog is another source. There's a bunch of other ones that you could use, but I'm going to use Topology in these videos. But if anyone has anyone that's better, then let me know and I'll check them out. But let's jump straight into it. Okay, so Phil Hawes. He is 12-5, so he's 12 wins, 5 losses, 0 draws. We're going to scroll down and we're going to check out some information, see if he's on a winning streak or losing streak. We're going to see what he loses by and what he wins by. So let's go. So given name is Philip Hawes. His nickname is No Hype. None of this information really matters. He's 35 years old. That matters because age is 100% a key part in martial arts. His current streak is 2 losses. His last fight was May 6th last year, so it's quite a while he's been out of the octagon. Affiliation, there you go. Obviously, you guys can check the rest of this stuff out. His foundation style is wrestling, so he's gonna be looking to wrestle. Maybe he's looking to land some strikes. Maybe there's some other things. He's 6 foot tall. He has 77.5 inches in reach. That's quite good, but it's how is his opponents. Now remember, we're only looking at this person, we're not looking at his opponent until the later video today, which will then give us the best rundown. But yes, obviously you guys can go through any of this and tell me what I've missed. I don't think I missed anything important. Middleweight, no, none of that is really massive. His last win, yeah, cool. He's currently number 29 in the best middleweight fighter, which is quite good. That's not so bad. It's quite high, but there's obviously higher fighters as well. There's personal links, so if anyone wants to go check out his Instagram and all that, there you go. Here we go. So this is the stats that we are mainly interested in. Obviously, we're going to scroll down and look at more, but this here is mainly what we want. So he's got 5 TKOs in round 1. He's got 3 TKOs in round 2. And that is 67% of his wins. 80% of his losses are in round 1. Which is round 2, sorry. And there's 3 TKOs in round 1. So if he's gonna lose, it will probably be via TKO or KO. There's still a chance he gets submitted. He does quite well with submissions. He's had majority split decisions and unanimous decisions, which isn't too bad. So what we're seeing here is he's mainly either going to go for knocking someone out. What we could expect, this is what we could expect. If he is to win the fight, we can expect a KO or a submission. Decisions are still possible, but as you can see, it's 17% of his wins. If he is to lose, probably by KO. He could still lose on decision, but he hasn't yet. But it's still a possibility. You can't just be like, he's never lost by a decision, so he never will. Still can. And he's had 1 loss by submission. So he's probably worked on his defense on the ground. Probably worked on submission defense as well. So probably don't expect a submission. Expect him to either get knocked out or him to knock someone else out. That's not too bad. So here's what we want is UFC. So he's had 4 UFC wins, 3 losses in the UFC. The reason why this is key is because if you check the dates, these are the most recent times. So he's fought, what? 7 times in the past, 3 years. He's about fought 8 in 4 years, which isn't too bad. Decisions 50%. Okay, so his see, and this is why I said we need to focus on not only these stats but this here, because 50% of them have been KOs and 50% of them have been by decision. He has lost 3 times by knockout. He has been slept or TKO'd 3 times, ground and pound, something like that. So probably don't expect a submission. Probably, if he is to win, you're expecting a knockout or a decision. And I don't think you'll expect disqualification. because they're actually quite rare nowadays, because guys ain't trying to hit people in the dicks and other places they're not meant to hit them. But there you go. Or do illegal moves. Like, I think it's a 6 to 12 elbow. I think that's still illegal. I think they were talking about making it no longer illegal, but I don't really know. So here we go. He has lost quite a lot. He's got a few like, obviously this is recent though. This is quite recent as well. So his first loss was in 2021. His last loss was obviously in May, which isn't good. And they've all been by knockout, right? Except, well, there's a decision loss there. And that was grappling. So, if we're going based off this, and that wasn't even in UFC, that was in Fury Pro. That was just a grappling fight. Okay. That's just wrestling. Well, it says grappling, so yeah. Sorry if I get any of this wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, okay, so he's won by elbows. I'm trying to see. When was his first UFC fight? Contender Series. Okay, so it was Contender Series. I'm not even going to attempt to say their names, just in case I get them wrong, because I do look into a lot of these guys first, just to make sure I know their names and get them right. But I don't look in too much, because obviously I can do videos like this on them. So his first ever win in the Contender Series was an overhand right to ground and pound. So he's thrown an overhand right, the guy's dropped, and he's ground and pounded him. That's how he won. He then fought on Khabib versus Gaethje, which was UFC 254. He won by punches 18 seconds in round number 1. That's quite cool. It's not as fast as Masvidal's knee to Ben Askren's head, but you know, I'm here for it if it happens again. Please don't let that happen again. Then he won by decision, majority. That was on UFC Fight Night. Then so he went on to like a main card. Then he went to Fight Nights. And then he returns on Usman versus Covington 2. He got counter left, and that probably dropped him by Chris Curtis. And then he lost via decision. That's the grappling one. Then UFC Fight Night, he elbowed Darren Wynn and probably TKO'd him in round 2 as well. So what we're trying to do is how this guy will win. We don't want to go off of how he's going to lose. That's the next video. So this one is how he could win. Now, if we're going off of this, it is so hard to just sit there and be like, oh, okay, this is how this guy's going to win. He's got to be very careful because he keeps getting slept recently. He's currently on a 2-fight losing streak as well, which is here. And I'm going to say he's going to knock out. If he's to win, he's got to knock him out. But it's also what round would he have to do it in. Look, you're going to have to put on a massive performance. So I'm going to say round 1 or 2 knockout. If not, you could probably scrape a decision. But maybe you could get a submission, but I highly doubt that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to add about this, because like when we look at this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good for this guy. But this obviously means nothing. You're as good as your last fight, apparently. But it's just, if you also look at his opponent's record currently, it's 10-1. So he's up and coming, and this guy has probably had his career. This will probably be the end of it. Maybe he'll fight a few more times, but he's getting up there for his age as well. My prediction, it's got to be a round 2 stoppage. It's got to be a round 1, 2. It's got to be a stoppage in at least one of the rounds. But my prediction is he'll get it done. If he is to win, it'll be a round 2 stoppage. And I'm going to say ground and pound. That's my prediction. I haven't looked at Brunno Ferreira, so I don't know if he's ever been ground and pounded. I don't know if he's good at submissions, defense, and all this. But we'll find out in a bit. I do have to add this in the video. I am not 100% certain on everything with MMA. I don't know everything about MMA. You know, you can't quote me on this stuff, because guess what? I'm just giving my predictions. I'm looking at what I'm seeing, and for a casual like myself and other casuals who watch this and enjoy it. It's just a little fun thing, just so that I can enjoy the fights and be like, okay, let's see if I'm right. You know, it adds a little bit of excitement to the fight. So if there's like a really boring fight that's on, it's like, okay, at least I want to know who wins now because I said this person will win. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you think wins out of these two, and let me know if he can win. Can Phil Hawes pull out a win? And if he does, how does he do it? But guys, that's all going to be from me for this video. Check out the next video whenever it releases. Hopefully it will release in about an hour after this. But apart from that, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.